Hi there, welcome back to part 2. Welcome back to the feather nest. Okay, so we were doing Peppervine jelly. It has been sitting all weekend, and as you can tell, I added water to it over the weekend. I was not seeing my separation, which you should see, and so I'm gonna have to boil it down a very long time. That's okay. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I do see a little bit, now that I'm on camera, right down here you can see where it's kind of white. And then this is more of the purple, but you can see that line here. And I have this just for an example. I was going to make watermelon too. So this is watermelon juice that's just been sitting in the fridge all weekend. Going to make jelly today with it. This is the separation. This is what, now with Peppervine, it is never that clear. But you can see that clear line on the watermelon, just so you can see. Back to watermelon juice. Okay. So we are going to pour this off. And it looks like about right here is where it's going to get gross. You can tell a difference in the consistency as you're pouring. You can start to see it get like grainy. That's when you need to stop. And I have a strainer again just in case. So it looks pretty smooth. Alright, it is still, there's like a little bit of goo being left behind, and I'm going to dump that off just to make sure. And pour some more. Okay. I'm starting to see a lot of the little bitty parts. Yeah, okay. And once you start to see it get extremely grainy, stop. That's going to be all of the junk that has fallen to the bottom. All of that pepper, the capsaicin is all in the bottom. So you're going to have to toss the bottom of the jar. It's sad, but it happens. So finish this one off. And you can see I stop when it, like right now I'm getting a good stream. When I really can't get it to go through anymore as a stream, that's when I'm going to stop on every one of these, just because it's not going to hurt anything. You can only do good to throw all that away. Okay. See how it's not a stream anymore, no matter what I'm doing. So we're just going to stop there. Okay. So now this part, and we have just 3 cups. This is what I can use for my jelly. So this is the juice that's prepared and ready for the next step. So it's going to go in the pot, and we're going to boil it down, and add our Sure-Gel, and keep boiling, and I will show you the trick I use to tell when it's done. I don't have a candy thermometer. I don't use one. I don't do the plate in the fridge. I just use, well, I'll show you. Stay tuned. Okay, we have our very tall pot. It will rise quite a bit. Our juice and secret ingredient. All Feather Nest jellies will have a piece of orange peel boiled in with it. I'll take it out later, but I boil the juice down with an orange peel and a little bit of the juice. I do it in every single jelly. That's just like my thing. Okay. We also have our Sure-Gel. I'm not going to put this in just yet. I'm going to let it boil for a minute because of the amount of water. So I turn mine on high to start off. I'll turn it down after it gets the rolling boil. We'll turn it down a little bit. All of this in the bottom. I have to fish it out later, so I try to make it as big of a piece as I can. These are not the best ones to peel this time. There we go. Alright, that's a good chunk. Take that little piece off. Okay, and then I'm just going to squeeze. Make sure you wash your hand. It's not much. Just gives it a little, you know. Alright. You don't let that. Put this in your garbage disposal. Make it smell better. Okay, so we are going to let this come to a full rolling boil and let it boil for a while. Boil off some of that water that I put in, because I did put in quite a bit. And we will be back. Okay, so I've got the Sure-Gel in. You can see the change in the consistency, the color. It's really getting thick. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put in our sugar. We started with 3 cups of juice. Let me take this off the heat for just a sec. We started with 3 cups of juice. So we are going to put in 4 cups of sugar. And let that boil for just 1 minute. And it should set. Alright, we've added in the sugar. And usually the general rule is whatever the juice you have. So like we had 3 cups of juice, it'll be 4 cups of sugar. It's always like 1 more cup of sugar versus whatever juice you have. Okay, so this is done. It is ready. Our jars are ready. They've been sanitized. They've been clean. They're dry. They're ready for... I wanted to show you how I test, because I don't have candy thermometer or any of that good stuff. So, get some. You can see the consistency has changed. It's shiny. It's see-through. You can tell it's sticky. You see the drip, how it kind of hangs on that last drip. But here's how I tell. If at the edge of the spoon, it's hard to do one-handed. It should leave that. There's like a clear mark where I just was. It doesn't roll back in. You can tell it's jellied, if that makes sense. It'll be on your finger. Like, you can tell that it has gone to jelly. You can see how it's kind of got this clear sheen to it. Well, if I didn't fog up the camera. And that is how I know it's done. That's a bit of orange. Bit of orange that got left behind. I'll get it out. Alright, so time to put it. Okay, so it didn't turn out. It got too hot. I guess probably I was talking too much. So there is a way to fix it. I was gonna originally just not post the video, and then I was like, okay, well, we'll do the fix it. Might as well include it because it happens, and it does happen. Sometimes it sets too hard, sometimes it doesn't set. That's just part of making jelly. So, right now, I have washed everything back off. Well, minus this. Washed everything back off. Re-sanitized. They're drying at the moment. We've got our lids back in the water. It's not on yet because we're not there yet. So this is all just ready. Everything that was cooked too much back in the pot. And it was hard. Where is... So now I have... So what I ended up doing was taking each jar that had stuff in it, dumping it back out using a spoon because it's hard. So use a spoon, dump out what I could, and then I put warm water and let it sit for a second to like soften up what was hard, then still stuck in there. And then using that spoon, just dumped it all out with the water included because I've got to rehydrate it now. I cooked it too much. Got to put water back in. So in this process, we will have to add another package of Sure-Gel and a little bit more sugar. Right now, I'm just trying to rehydrate. Make sure it is completely blended back together. There's the water and the candy, we can say, had become one. So we're back to running. Alright. And I've got it on low heat right now, just until it is completely blended together. I'm just about there. And then we'll start that process over. So turning it back up and letting it get to a full rolling boil with the Sure-Gel, a new package of Sure-Gel in it. And then we add our sugar. Alright, be back. Okay, we're back at a rolling boil. Now I'm going to put in my Sure-Gel, a whole nother package, and I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and I'm going to let it cook down for a little bit, and we'll be back. Okay, so just put in the Sure-Gel and the 2 tablespoons, and this is our consistency. See how runny. Alright, we're going to let it boil just like this. It's probably going to be about 10 minutes. I'll let you know when I get back. Okay, we're back. and it has been 10 minutes exactly. And this is why I wanted to show you. You need a tall pot. That little bit bubbles up this high. Okay. So, let's stir it down. And I want you to see, oh, my pot is spinning. The difference in color, and it's thicker. You can feel it. It's very heavy now. Okay, so here's how we're going to tell. The same thing. On the back, you can use your finger. If I could do this one-handed, that'd be nice. See how it's not dripping that drip off? Okay. Use your finger, and it is hot. And now I've fogged it up. And see how it just lays. You can also check where you've been sitting your spoon. All that jelly has collected right there. It's not dripping. That last drip. You can just see. You can see the jelly form on your spoon just from taking it out of the heat for a second. So we know we're ready. So we can go ahead and turn the heat off on that and scoot it over. We've got our jars ready. They are clean, sanitized, and ready to go. The lids are in warm water, ready to go on top. So we're going to use, let me put you back down. Okay. Going to use our canning funnel. That's what it's called, if I could remember things. Remember, stop at the bottom there where it touches, and next one. And next one. Nice. Okay, we're going to get a piece of paper towel and some warm water. And squeeze it out. So, we have our wet towel here. Get this out of the way. wipe off our rims. I did pretty good this time. Okay. And just barely tighten. You want the steam, well, the air inside to be able to escape when you're canning. So you don't want to crank it down on there, just barely put it on. Alright, and they are ready for a water bath. Thanks for coming to my mistake. See you next time.